welcome to another episode of Warhammer 40,000. It's 2,000 points, and it's Death Guard versus Imperial Fist Space Marine. So my new Imperial Fist list, and Aaron Allen is here. He's finished his Death Guard army, reached 2,000 points, and so these two sides will collide here across this battlefield. They've already played, we've already played a game once already. I can't tell you the result. That's been played over on the Plus channel, and now for round 2 these two sides will clash again, fighting across this desert terrain. It will either be victory for the forces of the Imperium or for chaos. Right, so welcome to this 2,000 points game, Imperial Fists versus Death Guard. Very excited about this. Great to see the Imperial Fist army finished off. Difficult task for them. Aaron's Death Guard army is very good. So I'll run through the list here for the Imperial Fist, sort of sticking to a classic Space Marine force here, and we'll see how well it can cope with this Chaos Space Marine army. So it's a battalion detachment here, and it's battle forged, so 8 command points in total for the Imperial Fists. So a number of HQs here. I've got a chaplain in Terminator armour with a Stormbolter for him. Then Captain Lysander is not the Warlord here, but Captain Lysander is in the force. The actual Warlord here will be this Lieutenant. I've given him a Power Fist. He has a Relic, the Armour Indomitus, a regular Bolter for him, and the Warlord trait is Storm of Fire. So that means units within 6 inches, rolls of 6 plus to wound will increase the AP by 1. So like AP minus 1 become AP minus 2, for example. Then to fulfill the battalion here, 3 tactical squads fully loaded out here, so 10-man squads, a las cannon in each of those, a sergeant with bolt pistol and chainsword, and then a plasma gun in each of those squads as well. Each of them does have a dedicated transport, a rhino. This one here, 2 Stormbolters. This one here, Stormbolter and Hunter Killer Missile. And this one here, 2 Stormbolters for that one. All right, so since the filming of part 1, the FAQs come out. So as we understand it now, vehicles will not get bolter discipline. So they'll be firing at regular shots. I'm going to lose a little bit of firepower here, but if my Marines stand still, they'll get it. Terminators, if they move, whatever happens with them, they'll get it. The Centurions as well. So it shouldn't affect the army too much, but the vehicle firepower will be reduced to some degree. So rest of the force here, I have a Hunter here with a Storm Spear, rocket launcher for that one. Also, I've paid the points for Hunter Killer Missile for that as well. I have Centurion Devastators. I've given them the double las cannon each, and then Hurricane Bolters for each of those. I've regular unit of Terminators as well, Storm Bolters, an Assault Cannon, and then a Sergeant there with Power Sword and a Storm Bolter, and 4 of them with Power Fists. And then finally, I've got 2 Flyers, 2 Storm Talon Gunships with Skyhammer missile launchers, and then twin assault cannon for each of those as well. A bit of useful mobile firepower available for the Imperial Fists. They're meant to have a reputation for heavy long-range firepower. We'll see what happens in the game if they really can dish that out. We'll go now and have a look and see what the Death Guard have in their army. So just before we look at Aaron's list, just to mention the gold supporters on Patreon. That's Marcus Anthony and Paul Cook. Special thanks to them. You can check out the end credits and you'll see the names there for those supporting at silver level as well. I've set up a Patreon page, and it's to support our local wargaming club, SSWG. So all of the proceeds go to them. They paint voluntarily a lot of the terrain and so on that we see in many of our battle report games, and so a big thanks to them. If you want to support the club, then check out the Striking Scorpion 82 Patreon page. Alright, so 2,000 points of Death Guard here. Congratulations to Aaron for getting these painted up. It's great to see them bursting onto the channel here, and we were thinking what a great lineup it would be to have them fight against the revamped Imperial Fist army. So part 1 is on the Plus channel. If you want to see what happens in that deadly fight that took place, you can check out the Plus channel, and then stay tuned here to see what happens in round 2. We'll let Aaron run through his list.
Okay, so this is my 2,000 points of Death Guard. I have a battalion and a super heavy auxiliary detachment. In my battalion I have 3 HQs. We have Typhus, we have the Lord of Contagion, and we have a Malignant Plague Caster. Then we have 3 units of 20 Poxwalkers and 3 units of Plague Marines. 2 of the Plague Marine units have Blight Launchers and 1 of the units has Plasma Guns. Then up for our Elite's choice we have a Noxious Blightbringer with a Plasma Pistol. Then for our heavy support we have 2 Plague Burst Crawlers. They have the Entropy Cannons and the Heavy Sluggers. And in the super heavy auxiliary detachment we have Mortarion, and Mortarion is the warlord of this force.
Right, so that's Aaron's list here. Nice symmetry about it here. You can see the way the units have been laid out, and some great units here. Looking forward to seeing how well they perform in this game. Great to see Mortarion here taking part in this fight as well. So just to mention, Aaron runs Rubicon Painting Services. I'll put a link in the video description below, but you can check him out and get in contact with him for commission painting work. If you like the style that you see here, good quality work that he does, then by all means get in touch with him and he'll give you a quote for your own armies. No problem at all. But we'll take a look now at the scenario and deployment now for this game. Alright, so we have a scenario here. It's been randomly determined. It's come from Chapter Approved 2017 this time. Eternal War. It's Ascension here. We haven't played this mission for quite a while. There's 3 objectives on the board, and it is Dawn of War deployment. Imperial Fists, they won the roll-off, and they have elected to go this side of the table, so 12 inches in all the way along, and then the Death Guard across the other side at 12 inches in for them. You have to place an objective marker in the centre of the battlefield, so that's that one just there on top of the container. We placed one just here on the right hand side, and then Aaron's placed this one here. They have to be, both of those have to be 12 inches from anyone's deployment zone, so they have to run along the central line, and they have to be 18 inches or more away from that one, the central objective, and they have to be 6 inches or more away from a battlefield edge. So it's quite restrictive, this game. So the centre ground in this particular scenario, I think it will suit the Death Guard quite well. It's the centre ground that will be key here in this battle. Imperial Fists cannot sit back here in this fight. They'll have to advance forwards, and the Death Guard will be happy to move forwards as well. Slay the Warlord, First Blood and Linebreaker all available in this battle. Then for controlling objectives, the usual rules: at the end of a turn you'll pick up 1 point for controlling the objective. If there's a character on the objective, they will cancel out all the other units. So if there's other types of units there, if a character's there, they will help pick up the point. And also, if the character sits on that objective, for each consecutive turn, you get a bonus point. So if a character sat on the central objective 3 turns in a row, you're going to get a bonus 3 points. So characters will play an important role in this fight. Aaron has 5. The Imperial Fists have 4. I didn't mention the Apothecary there in my army list, but that's a character there as well. And these other 3 also. We'll start alternating placing units on the board next. We'll see how both of these armies deploy. Just to mention the battle mat that we're using in this game, it's from gamemat.eu, and along with some of their terrain as well. So this terrain here, this piece, I've modified it slightly, but this piece as well from their industrial terrain set. These large containers, also these green boxes as well, all from the industrial terrain set, and the mat as well. So check out gamemat.eu for your supplies of battle mats and gaming accessories as well. Okay, so deployment complete for both sides here. I'll just cover the Imperial Fists first of all. So situation, central objective here, one on the right hand side for the Fists and one on the left. So it's forcing them to stretch. We can't ignore the objectives here. We need to make some attempt at all 3 of them. I think that's the plan at least. But we're going to go heavy on the left-hand flank here, so the might of the Imperial Fist force is on this side. So Storm Talon gunship in the corner, ready to fly to where it needs to be. I've put the other one in the other corner as well. Then the Hunters here at the back, just trying to stay back as far as possible. I have split my... knowing that we couldn't really go first because Aaron's got a lot less units than us, so we've gone into combat squads here. Las Cannon team on top of this reactor. combat squad inside this Rhino. Terminators, Lysander, the Lieutenant, the Apothecary here, the Chaplain, and the Centurion Devastators all clustering together in this area, just using this line of sight blocking terrain. The combat squad up here with a las cannon. Then another combat squad inside this Rhino. Combat squad here with a las cannon and a plasma gun just in the rocks here. And then another combat squad inside a Rhino getting ready to move out. Basically lined a Rhino up to rush each objective here. If we get to go first, we might be able to pick up some early points. So that's Imperial Fist deployment. Now for the Death Guard here, Aaron's put a plague host out here, all of these Poxwalker units set up together. Then Typhus is with them and
Noxious Blightbringer.
Then behind them, Plague Burst Crawler, ready to lend some fire support. On the right hand side, this is the side where I'm going to try and send my characters and heavy units. Mortarion will face them, so a chance here that Lysander and Mortarion may clash here in this fight. And then Aaron's gone heavy here with his Plague Marines, all 3 units on this flank, ready to challenge the objective on the left hand side, and then another Plague Burst Crawler here at the back. So that's deployment done. Quite logical here and straightforward from the Death Guard, and the Imperial Fists deploying on a wide front as well. Okay, so deployment's complete here. Imperial Fists, well, we've got our yellow and black army, our yellow and black dice, and even yellow and black tape measure as well. So I don't know how that's going to help, but it's nice to have everything matching here. We'll see if the yellow and black dice helps here. We're going to roll to see who goes first. As I said, if we get to go first here, Aaron is going to get +1. He finished deploying before we did. But if we do get to go first, we can go for the early 3-point objective rush. That'll be great. But it depends on the dice roll here. Aaron's on +1. After you, sir. This is what he scores. It's a Tau dice. He's rolled a 2. Just need a 4+ here. And our dream will come true. It's a 5. All right, so Aaron will probably want to seize initiative if he can. If he rolls a 6, which he doesn't, it's a 1. Imperial Fist will get to go first here. So that's good news for the Imperium. In order to win this game, this is a tough army that we're facing here. We must be merciless here and use everything we've got to try and stop the Death Guard here. It's the fight for the central ground on a wide front here in this game. Imperial Fists will make the first move. We are going to send some units in bravely forwards here in a rush towards these objectives to try and pick up some early points. Turn 1 coming up now for the Imperial Fist Space Marines. So, on turn 1 here. We're definitely going to make a rush to these objectives with the 3 rhinos for sure to go for those points. First Blood is one to go for as well. And I reckon try and soften up either those tanks or Mortarion. Try and put some wounds on him from long range. But great here for the Imperial Fist. It is good news for them to go first. We'll make some manoeuvres with them now here on their movement phase. Okay, so movement complete here for the Imperial Fist. We've rushed the objectives with all 3 rhinos. This one here, we disembark first. Disembark 3, move 6 with this squad just here. So they went 9 in total. Just short of 12 inches of this one onto the objective. Terminators have moved up behind along with the chaplain. Just within range to start firing at the Poxwalkers there with their Stormbolters and Assault Cannon. We shifted just about an inch to our left here with the Devastator Centurions here. They can see Mortarion and his wings, no problem at all. Then I've positioned these characters here. Remember, there's reroll 1s to hit, reroll 1s for wounding. So I've put them within 6 of the Terminators, the Centurions, and the Hunter here as well to try and help that as it shoots. Also, the Apothecary on standby as well, ready to lend medical aid. No doubt his services, he'll be the most in demand, I think, as the game goes on. There'll definitely be casualties and wounds coming in. This squad's remained where it is, also within 6 inches to be granted the benefits. Then across here, the 2 flyers have crisscrossed over each other here, trying to get within range to start firing down at the Plague Marines to try and shoot as many of those as possible and to lend a bit of covering fire here to the 2 rhinos that have gone out. We've kept the combat squads inside just to create more of a for the Death Guard to try and chew through, to try and get them off these objectives. And then we've remained stationary here with this las cannon team at the back. Movement is now complete for the Imperial Fist. There's no psychers for them at all, so we'll go on to firepower for them next. Yeah, Aaron's saying this is the vulnerable point for Mortarion here. He doesn't have the miasma of pestilence, which is -1 to the hit roll, so we can hit him on 3+. Yes, he is. Yeah, he's not airborne as such, like a flyer.
No.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So we're going to fire the Centurion Devastators here. Their the Hurricane Bolters out of range, but we'll go for 6 laser cannon shots into Mortarion here, needing 3s and re-rolling 1s as well for Lysander nearby. That's a cock dice for sure, so I'm going to re-roll this one. It's a miss. Gee, I'm half tempted to command re-roll that. Yeah, we're going to go for this here. Okay, so command re-roll straight away. And it's missed. I sort of knew that was going to happen, so we'll take that one there. Away, we've got 7 left. So 5 have made it through. Strength 9, so 3s to wound and re-rolling 1s for the Lieutenant nearby. Reroll these 2. God, that is potentially helpful. It is. Right, all of a sudden, 5 wounds have come through here against Mortarion. I very much doubt we're going to bring him down. He's got a lot of protection here. So 4+ invuln saves, first of all. This is a very important dice roll right at the very start of the game.
I have made 4 of them.
Aaron has passed 4. Okay. 1's gone through. I don't know what to say. Surrender. Okay. You're not going to command me roll that for a 4+ invuln save? No, he's quite happy to let that through. And the damage is, guess what I'm going to roll? It's going to be a... Oh, it's a 5. I thought it'd be a 1. So he now gets disgustingly resilient here on 5+ to ignore.
1.
Just the 1. Okay. 4 wounds caused here. Not too bad. Mortarion's taken some damage. That will leave 14 wounds left. Okay, it's going to take a lot more firepower to bring it down. It is that invuln save that really has saved the day there for Mortarion. So we're going to go to the Hunter next. Going to fire the Storm Spear rocket launcher here, and Hunter Killer Missile. Going to let that loose against Mortarion as well. So Hunter Killer Missile. That's the 1 dice roll we didn't need, a 2, so that's missed. And then the rocket here. That hits. 3s to wound. That wounds. So 4+ invuln save, and the damage is d6. He's made it again. He's using my tower dice here, and he's making good use of them. He's rolled a 4, and that invuln save has worked again. He's a fire magnet, and he's well equipped for it. Okay, we'll go for las cannon shots now. So this one, bolters will be out of range. So las cannon shot does get a hit here on a 3. Does get a wound. So another las cannon coming through. Aaron still has a command reroll on standby here. It's a 3. Yeah, Aaron's happy enough it's a 3. And is he going to let it through or a command reroll at this stage? He's got 8 to spend.
Yeah, I'll use it.
Okay, here it comes. 4+.
Yep.
No, he makes it through. Okay, so a good dice roll. Here's a 6. That's the kind of score we need here. 5 pluses.
Just the one?
Just the one. All of a sudden, 5 wounds come through, and Mortarion drops to 9. Good work for the little las cannon teams here. Good shooting from them. Going to fight this las cannon team now. 3s to hit, no bonuses. Yeah, he did hits. 3s to wound. 2. Okay. All right. So I think not too bad actually. Down to 9 wounds. It's a bit of a setback there for Mortarion. Not a bracket though. No, not quite yet. Okay, getting close to it though. We'll press on with some more firepower here. I do have another las cannon here. I think we're in range. We'll just check range and line of sight. Yeah, now we can see him here. We'll let loose of another shot. Again, the bolters will be out of range. So just one las cannon shot. And it's a 1. There's no Lysander nearby, so that shot is a miss. Okay, we'll press on with some more firepower here. There's some storm bolters and so on to fire with. Okay, we've completed the rest of the shooting here for the Imperial Fists on turn 1. It's not too bad. Mortarion's now down to 7 wounds. The Terminators managed to pick off 1. They could see him just the tip of his wings, just the angle there, looking up at Mortarion. He's picked up a wound from there. And another wound came through from a Skyhammer missile launcher here as well. Aaron failed an invuln save. 2 damage came through. Disgustingly resilient, blocked 1, but 1 damage managed to make it through. So down to 7 wounds now on Mortarion. Then the Stormbolter firepower here. A bit of bolter firepower from this combat squad as well. Picked off a couple of the Poxwalkers. A number of disgustingly resilient rolls being made. Does your entire army have disgustingly resilient?
Yes,
it does. The entire army's got a 5+, ignoring damage. Even the vehicles as well have that also. So 1 casualty on that squad there, that squad there. Then also we fired the twin assault cannons, 2 sets of them, into the central squad of Plague Marines and took out 4 of them, being brought down, just 2 left. So we didn't get the wipeout this turn. Didn't get Slay the Warlord, but Mortarion's taken some heavy damage here for the Imperial Fists, and they've managed to pick up 3 points here for claiming these objectives. The turn's finished, we've got no charges, no Overwatch to take place. We'll round off the turn here for the Imperial Fists, but they have sent a message of defiance here to the Death Guard Space Marines, so we'll hand over now to the forces of Chaos and see how they respond here to this Imperial Fist aggression and their confidence in their firepower as well. See if that confidence can be shaken as we head into turn 1 now for the Death Guard Chaos Space Marines. Alright, so our movement at turn 1 here for the Death Guard. You can see Aaron's most of the way through his Poxwalkers. He's making advanced moves for them. They've been rolling up well. 5 inches for this squad. No, it's 5 inches for that squad there, wasn't it? They went 5. 5,
6, and 6.
Right, okay. Well, excellent dice rolls here. There's a bonus from your characters for them.
Yes, the Noxious Bladebringer allows me to roll 2 dice on the advance.
Picking the highest, right, great. No, that's really good. That really helps these move ahead. You can see them surging towards the objectives. So it's been a rush here, a Rhino rush and a Poxwalker rush here as well, as they've slopped and slivered along the battlefield, herded along towards these objectives as well. They are troops, so excellent choice of units here for trying to move on top of objectives. So both sides showing aggression here. Imperial Fist more manoeuvring into firepower positions here, and then the Death Guard more geared for close combat, I think, or swamping objectives at least with these Poxwalker units. The characters there moving up are nasty enough as well. Just to cover Mortarion. Mortarion's shifted on top here, ready to let loose with some psychic powers and potentially charge down into the Imperial Fist advance on this flank also. But a great mix-up of a game. You can see the armies spread all the way across from one side of the battlefield to the other, and the way the scenario works here, both sides being forced into the central part of the battlefield, so making for an exciting game of 40k so far. The previous battle was entirely different to this one, actually. Completely different twist to it, but a very exciting game for sure. Can't give too much away, but this game's certainly turning out a lot different. Imperial Fists off to a good start here at this stage, but too early to judge whether they will go on to win this battle or not, but they'll give it all they have got for sure.
These guys just moved. There's no advance here.
Yes, regular movement from them, which is 5 for them. Is it they're slower?
5,
yeah, 5 inches. And the plague burst crawlers have remained stationary. Yeah, okay. So movement is complete now. We'll go on to Psychic Phase next, the Death Guard here on turn 1. All right, Psychic Phase complete here. Pretty good here from the Death Guard. Aaron, well, he perilled here. Was it Typhus that perilled?
Yeah.
Right, took 3 mortal wounds, but it was a double 6 he rolled, so 5 mortal wounds being caused there against the Rhino. Almost played Armour of Contempt, but I want to save my command points for other, I think, more important stratagems. So we dropped down to 5 wounds left on this Rhino, and it's into a damage bracket as well, yeah. And then across here, again, it was Smite coming through here, down to 8 wounds left on this Rhino. Plague Wind was cast, 5 dice deemed 6s. Aaron got 4 6s, so reduced that squad, that combat squad down just to the plasma gun team member there left. Miasma of Pestilence did go off. That was the important one there. Aaron activated that one first with a command reroll on standby, but the power went off there, and now it's -1 to hit Mortarion in both shooting and close combat. Yes, it's very useful indeed. That is Psychic Phase complete. Pretty successful here for the Death Guard. We'll go on to their shooting phase next. Okay, so Aaron's fired call it the Magic Lantern here, but the Lantern's fired through, drawing a line across here. It made it to the Centurions, got the wound, we failed a save. It was a 5+ save after the -3. It would be 3 damage, so I command re-rolled, got a 6 and kept one of the Centurion Devastators alive. They're such a useful unit here, so it's vital we do all we can to protect them. It did take out a Terminator though. One of those has been destroyed. Rolled a 1 to wound and didn't command reroll here against this last Marine just here. Aaron just on the lookout for First Blood still up for grabs, and then here 3 damage came through against this Rhino, down to 5, and that has gone into a damage bracket as well. Just one thing to mention about the Rhinos, one advantage of them surging out ahead is they have been absorbing smite damage coming through, which has proved useful trying to protect other units. Rhinos have been absorbing that kind of damage quite well. So we'll press on here. Aaron's only fired 1 weapon so far. She's got plenty of other shooting available. So this is a plasma pistol shot. It's rolled a 1. Didn't overcharge, that's fine. Okay. That's from one of his characters there against the Rhino. Okay. So really it's the 2 plague burst crawlers available, and also these Death Guard Plague Marines here available to shoot, and they're very well equipped. So plasma shots, he's not going to supercharge here, but it's rapid fire. So 4 shots. Here's 1 cocked dice, I reckon. That one there, yeah. I think you're happy enough. 2 hits come through.
No wounds.
No wounds coming through. Interesting here. The Tau dice betray him this time around. He's just put those on the bonfire and burnt them. Okay.
And bolters into the CM, so...
Yes. So the Rhinos have been thrown in the face of the Death Guard here, and really they need to be dealt with because they're sitting on top of these objectives here at this stage. But if the Death Guard can clear them out of the way, then they can then move on to these objectives and start picking up points themselves. So this is bolter fire coming through. 5's to wound. None coming through. Okay, that's that first squad. There's blight launchers available here, and Aaron's saving his 2 heavier tanks there with their firepower for the later stage of the shooting phase here.
2 blight launchers into that Rhino.
That's more like it, yeah, very good. 5's to win, there's strength 6, toughness 7. Those 2 are fine. No, they count. That's all right. Yeah, those 2 make it through.
Plague weaponry roll 1s.
Yes, another 6 there. -2. 5's. Yes, those 2. And then we're just playing whole facing here, so it's usually easy to determine which ones have gone through. This one here, though, has failed. So D3 damage. This is on the fresh Rhino, but it's now taken 2 wounds down to 8. Okay. Right, Aaron's got the other squad. Just to mention, I'm not sure if I covered it, but we did fire the Hunter Killer missile at Mortarion, and that missed. Yeah, I remember I rolled a 2 for that one, so that's been used up.
Blight launcher? No.
One's gone deep inside the...
5.
It's a 5 inside the Blood Angels container there. Okay. So we've lost that dice. Okay.
Okay.
No, strength 6, toughness 7. Okay, the Rhino's toughness holding here. And then regular bolter shots as well to come in. So 3s, Aaron is in rapid fire. These units that just move, they didn't advance. And again 5s for wounds. Yeah, to make it through, and we'll get 3 up saves, which we pass. Alright, so the armour holds. Okay, first Plague Burst Crawler here. This heavy slugger, going to try and pick off him. 2 entropy cannons into the Terminators, already taken a casualty. And the Mortar, which doesn't need line of sight, is actually going to go into the Centurion Devastators. Good choice here of targets. We'll see what kind of damage Aaron can do. So this is the Mortar, D6 shots. Quite a crucial roll here. It's a 1. So he's going to command reroll here. So we'll see what he gets.
4.
It's a 4. Okay, great. Okay, so 4 shots, much better than 1. It 4's to hit though, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay,
So it's 2 hits.
2 hits. And that one doesn't, it's not rerollable.
No,
Oh, that's for wounding.
Yeah.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay, 1 makes it through. It's minus,
Minus.
I think it's minus 2. Yeah, it is minus 2. But it makes us a 4+ save actually, because we're on 2 up. And we fail. Okay, so no, I've used up my command reroll. No, so you're free to roll up the damage here. It's D3. It's just the 1. Okay, it could have been a lot worse. We could have lost one of them just there. But we'll put a wound on this guy here at the back.
Okay, 2 entropy cannons and Terminators.
Yeah, 4's to hit them.
Nothing.
Okay, right, so...
Heavy slugger.
Yes, the slugger. Right, this is a chance to pick up first blood here against this lone marine.
Just the 1.
Just the 1 shot. Wound comes through. Any minus?
Minus 1, I believe.
Minus 1.
Yeah.
Take a 4 up save, half a chance. Oh, it holds here. Imperial Fist dice helping here, rolling a 5. Okay. Still 1 Plague Burst Crawler to go. Okay. He's going to put everything into this Rhino just here. So it's got 8 wounds left. See if Aaron can chew through with the firepower. He has this D6 shots here from the Mortar. Oh, wow. 6 shots. It's good here. It's lined up. It's a good line of sight there.
4.
Okay, so he's rolled up here.
3.
4s. 3 hits, yeah. 3's to wound. They've all come through. And then minus 2. So 5 ups here. This is important that we passed. Yes, we've passed 2. So just D3 damage. That was a crucial roll there.
3.
But it is 3 damage. Well done. Very, very good. Down to 5 wounds left. That puts that Rhino... I think all 3 Rhinos are half destroyed now across the board. And that'll put us into a damage bracket. 2 entropy cannons could finish the Rhino off. 1 hits. 3's for a wound.
No wound.
It is a 2. No, it's not come through. And then the heavy slugger here to fire next as well. Just marking each of these Rhinos up with a bit of puff here, just to represent the damage for them.
1.
This is the slugger shot coming through. He's a 5.
Nope.
No, I think that marks the end of the shooting phase here. I think Aaron has charges. I reckon Mortarion is going to get stuck in. Be interested to see where he can reach there. And these units all advanced, they'll not be able to charge, I don't think. Okay, so watch with interest now to see what Mortarion does as we go on to charges and Overwatch next. Okay, right, here's the situation here. This has taken a while to work this one out. Aaron's charged in. We did Overwatch, declared the charge against all of these units here, including the Chaplain, who's just within 12. Fired Overwatch, 0 damage coming through. I overcharged, rapid fired with him, got a 1, then realised I needed him there to try and block the charge coming through. So command re-rolled there and still missed, but kept him alive. The plasma gun Space Marine just there. So I've got 5 command points left in total. Aaron's now moved down 7 inches in total, flying down here. He'll get to fight these 2. The wording of, what's it called, your pal?
Host of Plagues.
Host of Plagues, right. We reckon that occurs, it says it starts at the start of the fight phase. Aaron will resolve that first, and then he'll pick a combat, make his pile-in move, and then potentially contact the Terminators who he has declared a charge against. So we're just working out the technicalities of that. I think we've got it right here. But that's the only charge that's taken place across the board here. Mortarion plunges now into the lead elements of the Imperial Fists on this left-hand flank. So we'll work out Host of Plagues, see what casualties are taken, and then we'll pick this combat, let Aaron pile in with Mortarion. Okay, right, so 5+ now because of Mortarion's damage. We'll capture this here because this is a very important dice roll, actually, to see if you can make contact with the Terminators. He's rolled a 1. Now it's the choice of whether to use a command reroll here to try and slay this Marine who's defiantly blocking the way to the Terminators here to try and preserve them. It's a tough choice. Yeah, he's going to risk it here and try and take him out. So
no, it's a 3.
It's a 3. Okay, a lone Marine stands defiant here at the feet of Mortarion, will not get out of the way as Mortarion tries to attack the Terminators. Just to mention, we had thought about options here of Aaron being able to fly over and swing around this direction. Would have required an 11. He had a 5 and a 2. Could have re-rolled that 2, but needed a 6, so it was very high. Really, the only chance was to come down in this direction here. But a lone Marine has blocked Mortarion here. So we'll now work out the rest of the damage. Aaron can still cause trouble here for units that are nearby. Okay, so Host of Plagues. It hasn't touched any of these other units here. These were just out of 7. All of these, Aaron didn't roll a 5 for any of those. So he's in contact with these 2. He's just tucked in, made a piling move, just pushed in a little bit as close as possible there to the Marine and the Rhino. Now he can spread his attacks. Should be able, no problem, to bring both of these targets down. First Blood still available here. And so Aaron poised here to pick up a point for that at least. Right, Aaron's attacks here then.
Okay.
So
single attack into the Marine.
Okay, here it comes. It's a 2 to hit.
Yeah.
Oh yes, his weapon skill's not affected by his damage.
So that's a hit.
Yes.
Strength 16.
God, 2s to wound. He's rolled a
Reroll because of a
plague weapon. God. Oh no.
You're joking.
No, he's rolled a 1. Unbelievable, could you have scripted it? That's it. You're going to have to invest in your own customised dice here because Tau dice have stung the Death Guard here. Okay, so, and he's not going to borrow my yellow ones for sure. He's not going to go anywhere near those ones there. Okay. So we'll move on to the next one. It's going to swing in anger here into the Rhino to try and finish that off.
3 hits.
3 hits, that should be enough. 2s to wound. That's what, like 2 6s and a 4. They are strange, these Tau dice. Minus
4.
Go straight through the armour.
3d6.
3d6. And it is a score of 11 damage coming through. Roll to see if we explode, actually. Which we don't. Rhino's been destroyed. First Blood picked up, and the first Rhino has succumbed here to Mortarion. Okay, interesting here. The Rhino's destroyed, but we've removed the model from play, just to make it easy for models to move around. Aaron's then consolidated. He has gone into the Terminators. The idea is to survive their attacks, which will need 5s, -1 for our Power Fists, and then a further -1 for Miasma of Pestilence. The Chaplain's nearby, though. He'll grant rerolls for the 1s and 2s that miss. Aaron's idea is to survive against those Power Fists and then block the firepower that would have come from the Terminators on the next turn. Okay, interesting manoeuvre here. So we'll resolve some combats now. We'll resolve this combat with the Terminators fighting desperately against Mortarion. Okay. Also, it's blocking the Imperial Fist now from trying to move on to this left-hand objective. But we'll see what will roll up. 6 attacks of Power Fists. Yeah, we've got a lot of misses here. Reroll these 2 for the Chaplain. Chaplain's helped get another one. These would all hit, but because of the minuses, they're all gone. So we now try and wound on a 3+. Yeah, 1 wound's made it through. I'm mightily tempted to try and command reroll this here. No, Mortarion's got a 4+ invuln save. No, we'll let you make the 4+ invuln save here. To try and block this damage.
Nope.
No, it comes through. And it'll be D3 damage here for a Power Fist, which is 2. Now it's disgustingly resilient here to try and block these. Blocks 1. 1 wound taken, down to 6 now. So Mortarion's taken a wound there. Then we just have the Power Sword now from the Sergeant. Re-rolling both of those 2. They failed. 5's for a wound. Yeah, the wound comes through. So a 4+ invuln save.
Yeah, make it on a 6.
Passes that on a 6, alright, and that'll that's the end of that combat just there. So we put a wound on Mortarion, but I think the gamble's paid off quite well there. Mortarion defiantly blocks this Imperial Fist advance. Okay, so turn finished. A little bit of morale to resolve here. The lone Marine, as brave as he is, we still need to check his morale. So we'll do that now. I don't know if to put this on camera or not. 4 plus 4. You're going to have to... You should be fine. Regular Marine should be leadership. Yeah, we'll check this one. Should be okay. Should be leadership 8. Yeah. I have my doubts. Leadership 7. Oh, no. Hold on. There's some characters here that might be able to help this guy out. His confidence and morale may be wavering, but there are more stout-hearted characters in this Imperial Fist line. I think the chaplain will help him out here. We'll just check the rules. Yeah, spiritual leader here, it's called. Spiritual leaders, I can use the chaplain's leadership, which is 9, so that will help us. We don't have to re-roll for, and they shall know no fear. So the Marine holds there, encouraged by the chaplain in Terminator armour. Okay. So, end of turn here. Aaron will pick up... He'll actually pick up this point here. He's got more models on the central objective. And Mortarion, I think, is just out of 3. Yes, he's cleared the Imperial Fists out of the way. Aaron just checking.
Yeah, just about.
Yeah, I reckon he's just short. Okay, so 1 point picked up, but Aaron has picked up first blood. Yes, the Rhino was destroyed. Okay, so fascinating turn here. Interesting to see how both sides have responded to this mission. The game's certainly on. Imperial Fist firepower has been pretty good. Is it enough, though? Death Guard's still defiantly moving forwards, and Mortarion's still very much alive. We'll go on to the second turn now for the Imperial Fist army. This battle is well and truly underway. Alright, so we're on turn 2 here for the Imperial Fist. We're still optimistic at this stage because we reckon we might be able to deal with Mortarion here and try and swing left here, try and surge through in this direction, securing this objective, and then try and contend for the central objective, and then just try and cling on here and cause disruption as much as possible on these objectives here as well. Time's ticking away on this flank, so it's a rush here to try and push through, push Mortarion out of the way, not the easiest of tasks, then put our might on this flank and move through if we can. So, chance the Imperial Fist here to do some damage. I think watch what happens here. If this guy's brought down, it'll be good news to the Imperial Fist. If we struggle and he remains alive, then there'll be trouble. We'll go on to movement phase now for the Imperial Fist as they battle on. Maybe a chance for Lysander here, actually, to get stuck in against Mortarion. We'll see what happens. We'll go on to movement phase now. Okay, so movement done here for the Imperial Fists. We've remained stationary with these just to get the best firepower from them. The Centurions have shifted to their left and lined up here again. We're discussing the rules here. This lead guy here can see through this gap, through to the Poxwalkers and the Plague Burst crawl at the back. The other models, he's in their way, but we've checked the rules. It says that for purposes of determining line of sight, models in your own unit don't count. So these two can see through there. We're happy enough with that. Just checked the wording of the rules there. The melee, we're going to continue fighting against Mortarion in close combat here. The chaplain has made an advance through. He rolled a 5. He's gone 10 inches and he's gone around onto the objective here on this left-hand flank, and he's been joined by the Marine that he kept in the fight. He's pulled out of combat, the Marine with the plasma gun, and onto the objective as well. So we've got a character sitting on this left-hand objective now. Lysander's moved 5, so too is the Lieutenant as well, to swing around potentially to get into combat there. The Apothecary just held at the back here, restored a wound on this Centurion Devastator. This squad's remained where it is. The Rhino's remained where it is, and then this squad has disembarked. Aaron has 3 models within range of the objective. We have 5, so we'll now pick up a point for that objective. And then here we'll sit inside our transport on top of this objective, waiting here with the combat squad. And then pivoting and moving, only 20 inches, but the 2 flyers have headed off in this direction to lay down some more firepower against the Plague Marines on this flank. And then this squad here remains where it is with the las cannon to let off a shot at least against perhaps one of the Plague Burst crawlers. So that's movement done. Again, it's going to be an important shooting phase here for the Imperial Fists as they attempt to soften up the Death Guard here. We'll go on to the shooting phase next. Okay, we're on shooting here. We fired these 2 bolters, remain stationary, so we've got 4 shots. They're just within range of the Poxwalkers here. They've failed to do any damage. Got a las cannon shot though. We're going to fire it against the Plague Burst crawler just over there in the distance. So 3's for a hit. We rolled a 1. Alright, so we're not going to command re-roll that. We've got 5 left. We'll leave those perhaps for other stratagems to be used. But the first las cannon here on this turn fires and has missed. We'll go on to Centurion Devastators now. I'm going to put 6 las cannons into the Plague Burst crawler at the back. They can see the model. And then we're going to offload with the Hurricane Bolters into the Poxwalkers there, moving forwards. So 6 las cannon shots. Yeah, not so good. Those 2 will miss. This one's re-rollable for Lysander being within 6 inches, which gets his hit. 3's 2 in its strength, 9, toughness 8. We can re-roll this one for the Lieutenant being within 6. And fouled, we can do nothing about that. So Aaron has 3 saves here to make, -3. So he'll take invuln saves, yeah.
Make 1, fail 2.
Fail 2. 2d6 damage. It's 5, and Aaron also gets disgustingly resilient here to try and block.
3 wounds.
Blocks 2, just 3 wounds taken. Quite a lot of effort to damage those things. 3 wounds taken only. There, we'll resolve the Hurricane Bolter shots now into the Poxwalkers. Okay, here we go. 36 shots here against the Poxwalkers. We can reroll ones for Lysander. It's helped. So we'll take away all the 2s. Here, and then we'll be on 4s to wound. So 4s, rerolling 1s, 6s at -1, but it doesn't matter. Aaron will go straight on to his disgustingly resilient rolls. Yeah, there's a few more. It looks like, God, that's a lot of 4+ results there. These Poxwalkers are in serious trouble. There's loads. There's 15, 20. 25 wounds here against the Poxwalkers. It's almost the potential here for a wipeout against these. Unbelievable amount of damage coming through here. We'll see what Aaron rolls, but a scary moment here. The Hurricane Bolters have come into play, and they've let off a hail of firepower here against the advancing Poxwalkers. 5+ for disgustingly resilient. Aaron's rolled really well here, actually. I can see a load of 5s and 6s being picked up.
3.
Good dice roll here.
14, 15.
15 in total. Aaron blocked 10. Yeah, really good. So 15 models though. That's a significant blow there to the Poxwalkers. That unit there at least has been hammered hard here. So let Aaron remove the casualties and line up some more firepower here. So in range here with these, he's going to fire these next, but these 3 actually can't see. Mortarion's in the way, and there's no point in asking him to move. So we'll just fire this guy. 2 bolter shots into the Poxwalkers. 2 hits, good shooting Marine, and 2 wounds. Well done for the Emperor, well done. Okay.
Nope.
And 2 failures, right. The Emperor's smile will be upon you here. Well done, brother. Whatever your name is, well done. Okay, a las cannon shot now. resting on the shoulder of his comrade here. Shot into the Plague Burst Crawler, needing a 3. Good shot here. Yes, the wound comes through. 5+ invuln save, or it will be d6 damage being scored. No, and all of a sudden this Marine can be a hero. He scored a 5. Oh, disgustingly resilient. That is well done, squad here at the back. None. 5 damage. Down to 4 wounds. That is congratulations here on this left-hand flank. They're shooting to impress the cap. That's why they're showing off in front of the captain and lieutenant, looking for promotion here. And I think they'll get it. That's good shooting from that squad. So well done. Still got firepower here to go. Still got this squad up here and some. Still got the flyers and the combat squads to shoot with as well. Yeah, we'll go on to this squad here. This guy's going to rapid fire 2 shots. Another potential hero here to pick off the last Poxwalker. These 3 into the closer squad there, and the laser cannon over against the Plague Burst Crawler. Okay, so 2 shots into the lone Poxwalker. Can't re-roll that one. 4s for a wound. No, nothing we can do about that. 6 shots into the others. Then 3s. This is good shooting here from the Marines. 4s to wound. 2 wounds do come through, so 5 pluses to ignore. Yeah, 1 comes through, 1 Poxwalker. Brought down, and then finally the las cannon shot here. 4 wounds need to try and pick up here against the Plague Burst Crawler. 5's a hit. 3's a wound. This is good here. 5+ invuln save. Yep. It's a 2. All of a sudden, yes, 3. I'll leave it. Tempted to command me roll, but we'll leave it here. And makes 2. That's fine. Yes, 1 comes through, and down to 3 left. Yeah, okay. The Hunter's going to fire now. So it's going to fire off against the Plague Burst Crawler. 1 shot. Hunter Killer's already gone. 3's for a hit. 4 is a hit here. 3's for a wound at strength 9. Yes, the wound comes through. It's -3. So Aaron will go to his 5-up invuln save. He needs to pass. He's rolled a 6. Well done. Okay, so that's survived. Yeah, Hunter's a bit of a one-shot wonder weapon here, but it's sat at the back, and if it can fire each turn, it may well prove useful. Okay, so beginning to get through most of our targets here. A little bit of shooting left to go. The flyers left as well. We'll resolve the rest of the firepower now for the fists. Okay, shooting phase resolved. Then 5 Poxwalkers brought down here. Not too bad. That was bolter fire coming from these Marines. Good shooting from them, but still, some of them may get converted here if Aaron charges in and fights them there in close combat, but doing the best that we can to remove as many as possible. Then across here, good firepower from the air cover here, wiping out the 2 Plague Marine squad there, so that's those Blight Launchers gone, and then 2 casualties taken on the other squad, so 4 left, and then Skyhammer missile launchers, then 5s to hit and 5s to win, but we did manage to cause 1 damage there on the Plague Burst Crawler in the corner. Okay, and that marks the end. Just looking around to see if there's any other firepower. That's it. Aaron's down to 3 wounds down at the Plague Burst Crawler at the back. So Imperial Fist firepower gradually grinding away here. I think the key for the Imperial Fist is to try and create enough time to grind away at the opponent, and they've managed to do that so far without too much interruption. It's proved to work out quite well for them. But still early stages here. Mortarion at 6 wounds. We'll go on to charges and Overwatch now. Lysander's swinging around on this flank here with a Fist of Dawn in his hand, ready to fight against Mortarion here. We'll go on to charges and Overwatch next. Okay, charges are taking place. Quite predictable already. The Lieutenant and Lysander have made it into close combat. Still going to be awkward, though, to try and bring Mortarion down. There's 6 wounds to try and get through. There's a 4+ invuln save protecting him. Disgustingly resilient as well. Aaron's going to get to activate his ability before anything else happens in here. Whichever one of these 2 we get to fight with first. Remember, Aaron could interrupt play and strike back here and cause trouble for the Fists. So, difficult one here. Mortarion is one of the nastiest units in the entire game, in my opinion. We'll see if we can bring him down, though. We'll go on to combat resolution here. We'll let Aaron do his damage first of all with his what's it called?
Host of Plagues.
Host of Plagues. Yeah, we'll see what kind of damage it can do. Yeah, Host of Plagues is actually really bad because it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 units that Aaron can cause trouble. It's D3 mortal wounds, the damage it can do. Okay, so it's 5s to hit. We'll maybe start with the Brave Marine with the plasma gun. Okay. Needing a 5.
Nope.
Oh, he's escaped. Okay. The Chaplain.
Nope.
No, okay. Lysander himself. Yep. Oh, typical. D3 mortal wounds. 2 mortal wounds taken. That could prove crucial here. Okay, and then the lieutenant now, to see if he's been hit.
Yep.
No, the Terminators, be handy if Aaron can bring one of them down.
Yep.
No, the Centurions have wandered into range 7 as well.
Yep.
They've been hit 5 or 6 to kill one of them.
6.
It is a 6. Unbelievable. Good play. So he's gone. Ouch. See, I did say that, did warn everybody here that he may not go according to plan. And the Apothecary, he won't die, but he has been hit. Oh, surely not.
2.
Two wounds. And he's been wounded as well. God, painful stuff here. Mortarion must die. Okay. So now we'll go on to combat resolution. We will pick Lysander, of course, to fight first. Yeah, okay. 4 attacks of Captain Lysander here. 2's to hit with his Fist of Dawn. They've all hit. We'll be on 3's to wound. And rerolling once. We will reroll that one. That's the lieutenant nearby. They've all come through. All of a sudden, 4 successful wounds here. Aaron will take 4+ invuln saves. This is a very, very important dice roll now coming up from Mortarion. He's past 3. Oh, I have to say that is really good. And he could even command reroll the last one if he wants to.
What's the damage on these?
Damage 3.
Damage 3.
It's a tough choice. You could let it go and go on to disgustingly resilient and could roll well there.
I'll leave it.
He's going to leave it. Okay, so now it's 3 dice rolls needing 5s to ignore. Ignores 1. 2 more wounds taken. Mortarion drops to 4 wounds left. Can we do it? This is the turn here to see if he can be brought down. So next question is, do you want to interrupt play? He does. Okay, Aaron's going to use up 2 command points, and he's got 3 left, and now he can spread his attacks here to see who he wants to try and bring down. Okay, right. Okay, it's taking a while here. Difficult choices to make. Go for the. I think he's going to leave the Terminators. Emphasis is going to be on trying to take out Lysander, because I think it's because of this. We've got command points here which we could fight again. That's the danger, I think, for Mortarion. So Aaron, even though Lysander's already attacked here, that Aaron knows he still probably needs to bring him down. So he's going to go for Reaping Scythe.
Yep.
5 attacks is going to go into the lieutenant, and then 10 of them into Lysander. Okay.
Okay, so 5 into the lieutenant, hitting on 2.
2s, yes. Okay.
Rerolling 1s because of himself.
Yeah.
So all hit. Strength 8, pointing on 2s. Rerolling because it's a plague
weapon. Yeah, sure. They're all wounded. Wow.
-2.
-2. All right. So I think now we have to. We'll activate the armor Indomitus here at this stage. So 5 saves of 3+ invuln save here. Oh. We'll save our command reroll. The lieutenant's almost died here. The armor Indomitus just about managed to stop Mortarion from bringing him down. So, you know, I was almost about to say I'll just take on a regular armor save, which would have been 2+ -2, would have been 4+, and I would have died. So the armor Indomitus has saved him. That'll last the rest of our turn, and then it'll be gone. But it's kept the lieutenant alive, but only just about. Okay, lieutenant alive, but gravely wounded here. Now see if Lysander can survive.
Rerolling 1s. It's all hit.
Gosh, Mortarion's so reliable here in close combat.
2's to wound. Rerolling the 1.
It's a plague weapon.
Yep, so it's 10.
It's all 10. I was confident, and now not so confident, because I reckon if we roll badly, Lysander will die here. This is a dangerous point here at this stage, and I think Lysander will be no more. Yeah, I think he's gone. I thought he had 5 wounds, he's got 6. There's a chance for life here for Captain Lysander. I'll use a command point here and go for a reroll. I need a 3+ to stay alive. For Dawn. Oh, it's a 6 as well. Oh dear, Lysander lives. Medic, please. He's going to be busy next turn. No, it's your turn next. Oh, trouble. Big trouble for Lysander here, but he clings on to life here. The Fist of Dawn in his hand, and still defiantly alive here against Mortarion. But what a tough, tough character to try and bring down here. It's costing the Imperial Fists dearly. 6 wounds, really, really helpful here. Okay, so Mortarion's attacked. We'll hand over to the lieutenant now with his power fist. 3 attacks for him. It's 2s to hit, -1 for the Power Fist, -1 for Miasma of Pestilence. So, the chaplain's nearby. So we'll just roll up carefully here. We'll re-roll these 2, because 2s... No, 2s would have hit normally. Yes, they have to stand, and they'll count as misses. So we're just going to leave it as that. We'll now roll to wound. We can re-roll because of himself. Does wound. -3. 4+ invuln save.
Make it.
It's made it. Well done. Okay, so that's him finished. We'll hand over to Terminators fighting next with their Power Fist. So Power Sword first of all for the Sergeant. They will hit. Those 2 have wounded. Yes. -3. It's 2 saves. 2 invuln saves of 4+.
Make one.
Or makes it through. 5+ to try and ignore. We've discussed names. No, so the Terminator Sergeant's caused a wound. Drops to 3 now on Mortarion. Perhaps the end is nigh. We'll go on to Power Fist attacks here. 6 of them. We have to leave all of those ones there. And those 2 actually missed as well. It's just the one. Yeah, -2 to the hit rolls is crippling for any unit here. Terminator struggling to get to grips with Mortarion. That's the last of the units that can fight. No, we must honour the chapter. I will spend 3 command points, and Lysander will fight again here against Mortarion. So we're going to go on to rolling to hit here. So they'll all hit. It's -1 to the hit rolls because his Fist of Dawn isn't a -1 to the hit rolls. So he's beyond just the -1. 3, that is a hit. Okay, so they've all got through. 3's to wound. Yes, we'll let those 3 stand. Aaron needs to make invuln. So this is very, very important here. I've had a lot of crucial dice rolls here. No, 2 have made it through. You got a command reroll on standby, or you must. It's going to be 6 damage if it makes it through. This is a critical point here. Mortarion could come crashing down. I think it's forced Aaron's hand. He has to try and make this 4+ invuln save. Here it comes. 4+. Half a chance here. 50-50.
No.
Oh, he's rolled a 3. That's oh boy, this is so close. Right, so 6 dice rolls. Need 5s now. You need a cracking dice roll here. Mortarion's going to come crashing down. None of them. Oh, he's gone. Oh dear. Right, okay. Does he expect? He must do some kind of
load, yes.
Automatically, or
4.
Right, another 50-50. This would be nasty. Oh no. Lysander's on 1 wound. Oh no, he's rolled a 2. Oh dear. Okay, and no rerolled. Oh dear. Oh boy. Okay, right. So like, Mortarion can go. If he had a detonator, there would have been mortal wounds dished out all over the place. Yeah. Again. Oh, he is one of the nastiest I think I've ever encountered here. But Mortarion finally is brought down here. What an effort it's taken. Both these characters on their final wound. But they have managed just about here to bring Mortarion down. A great cheer erupts here from the Imperial Fist line as they celebrate the bravery of their wounded captain and lieutenant. But great stuff here for the Imperial Fist as they fight on, determined here to try and get a result in this battle. Mortarion can be removed from the battlefield. He has been slain here and brought down by the great captain, Lysander. Alright, so is that the game changer or not? There's still plenty of fight here, plenty of resilience left in the Death Guard. They're about to swamp 2 objectives, so the game is not over yet, but it's definitely a great result here for the Imperial Fists on this flank, at least. That marks the end of the turn. They've definitely secured this left-hand flank. Is it enough? We'll calculate some points now. They will hold 3 objectives here picked up. Yeah, good stuff. So 3 points picked up. That's the end of the second turn here for the Imperial Fists. We'll go on to turn 2 now for the Death Guard. They've lost Mortarion. They still have Typhus and other characters. Both tanks still alive, but damage against them. We'll see. They're going to need a good turn here, I think, to bounce back. But I think the Imperial Fists have the upper hand at this stage. Epic stuff here in this game. Death Guard turn 2 coming up next. Alright, so we're on the second turn. Poxwalker comes around the corner looking for Mortarion, and he's gone. So look what he stands up against here, but still he marches on. So defiantly squelching across the ground here, head towards the Imperial Fist. Looking better in the centre of the table here, though. Poxwalkers flooding onto this objective. They should be able to secure this one again from the Imperial Fist. Looks like they're set to move on to this one here as well. So still the points will come in here for the Death Guard. Death Guard Marines closing in as well. I think these Rhinos and Marines will be in trouble, and Aaron can start to dominate this side of the table. So it's far from over. And look, here he's manoeuvring characters as well, which will then start to the ability to pick up extra points in later turns as well. So we'll let Aaron make the rest of his moves, but I think he's pretty much moved most of the models here. Okay. So this is a Lord of Contagion. Has turned up just over 9 inches away here from any of my models, but this could be a real thorn in the flesh here for the Imperial Fist. This fight on this flank is not over yet, for sure. Yeah, so movement is complete. Both Plague Burst Crawlers happy to sit where they are, and then the Marines, the Chaos Marines, Plague Marines, just there at the top of the ruin, happy to sit where they are as well. Just remembering for Imperial Fist, they ignore cover. That's their chapter trait. So it's not really helped him much in this game, but if we fire upstairs there into ruin, Aaron won't get the bonus for cover. Just there off the craters as well, we're using as cover. Most terrain, by the way, is line of sight blocking. That's what we're using here in this game. All right, so Psychic Phase now, coming up next for the Death Guard here on turn 2. Okay, Psychic Phase complete here. Plague Wind. No, that was Smite in the end. Yeah, Plague Wind didn't cause any damage. Smite went off, took out one of the Marines just here. And then Smite, caught us out here. One of the flyers, 3 wounds taken, down to 7 on the Storm Talon gunship. Psychic Phase complete. Putrescent Vitality didn't go off. Aaron tried to activate that here on this flank. Okay, Psychic Phase complete. Shooting Phase next here for the Death Guard on turn 2. So we're on shooting phase here. Plasma pistols just picked off one of the Marines. That was from
the
Noxious Blightbringer. Typhus has got shooting ability as well.
Destroyer hive, so we're always hitting on 5s with this weapon.
Okay, Aaron's rolled up for the number of shots here. Unbelievable. This is crazy. Wow.
Strength 4?
Yeah, it's a force to win. This is against the squad. Yeah. Just 2.
-3.
-3. 6 is to try and keep Marines alive here. No, so we'll go down to just the sergeant left, defiantly on top, sitting right on top of the objective. It's just under his base there, on top of the Blood Angels container, and we will mark that up as 4 wounds taken. But Aaron's going to secure this objective for sure. Unit up top is going to put everything into the Rhino down here to try and crack it open. There's only 5 wounds remaining.
Light launchers.
Yes.
I'll hit.
Strength 6, these, aren't they? Yeah, 5s to wound. 2 come through, that's a good result.
I can reroll those,
sorry.
It doesn't matter. Missed.
Missed, okay. So we block 1. D3 damage. 2. Alright, that's good. It's on the direction here of breaking this transport open. It's the only Rhino here with... well, one's destroyed. This one's empty. This one still has a squad inside with a plasma gun and the sergeant as well.
So, bolters?
Bolter shots now. So looking for 3s, and then it'll be 5s for wounds. 1, okay. And saved. Alright, so the armour holds just there. Rhinos have proved useful here in this game, just creating targets here, absorbing psychic damage, and just buying time here for these softer Space Marines inside. Aaron's going to let loose of everything here. It's this squad with the plasma guns. He's not going to supercharge. He's going to go into the Storm Talon gunship. So it is rapid fire, though. Quite a good job you didn't supercharge.
That's a wound.
-3, so we'll take a 6 up save. No, so a wound comes through, down to 6. Getting close to a bracket, if not we're already in 1.
Bolters.
Bolter shots.
1 hit. 1 wound.
1 wound comes through. 3 up save. No, another wound taken. Okay, down to 5. These flyers are useful. We need to keep them alive. But this one here is half destroyed now. Right, Plague Burst Crawler. It's going to put everything it has into the damaged Storm Talon. There's -1 to hit rolls. This is the number of shots for the Mortar. It's 2. And it'll be 5s for hits now because of hard to hit.
1 hit.
1 hit comes through. It's a wound, yes. And minus 2, 5 up save. No, trouble here, D3.
Just the one?
Just the one, okay. So I'll take us down to 4. Unless you want to command reroll that one on. Yeah, okay.
2 entropy cannons?
Yes. No. And slugger. Heavy slugger.
I might command reroll.
Yeah. Tough choice hitting 5s, yeah. See, it's their starting ballistic skill 4+. It can be difficult to get the hits.
So heavy slugger.
As soon as any minuses come through. Got a slugger hit.
No wind.
Okay. Okay, so Plague Burst Crawler is going to put everything it has into the Terminators here. It's going to try and reduce down this elite squad. So is your ballistic skill affected on your damage chart? Or?
Yes, it's a 5+.
It's a 5+ still, right? Okay. They're very resilient vehicles. But this is the damage one firing here.
So 6
for the mortar?
shots,
Yeah. That's really good. Need 5s though, that may help us to some degree. Oh no, good shooting. Really good.
Okay.
Oh, strength. We're just going to check the strength here. 222.
I don't think so.
I think Aaron's... Yeah, no, I reckon. It's not going to be strong enough yet.
No, sorry, strength 8.
It's strength 8. Wow, all of a sudden, 3 wounds come through.
-2.
-2, so I'll take 4 up saves. We failed 2 of those, so I'm just going to leave it. Not much we can do here. So
3.
Yes, so one at a time. Yeah, one at a time here. So you're taking one guy out and see if you can take another one out. Yes, good dice rolling here. 2 Terminators slain. We'll remove those 2. But that is an excellent result there for the Death Guard. Good shooting. Good firepower support coming in from the Plague Burst Crawler. That's a deadly blow there for the Terminators.
Entropy cannons?
Oh, no, missed. Okay.
And heavy slugger.
Yeah. Missed as well. Okay, but the mortar's done the damage here. The round's landing in amongst the Terminators. Okay, that actually marks the end of the shooting phase here for the Death Guard. Damage has been pretty good, actually. We'll go on to charges and Overwatch for them next. I'm just going to zoom back so you can get a view of the battlefield here, so you can see my flyers swinging around on the right-hand side. The Plague Marines here swinging around on this flank. Poxwalkers sort of in the central part of the battlefield here. Imperial Fist Rhinos there defiantly trying to cling on to those, buying time and trying to pick up early points here for the Fists. And on this flank is where Mortarion swung around. That's where he was slain, just here. And the Imperial Fists have done well on this flank, but damage has definitely been taken. We'll go on to charges and Overwatch now. So I think this is going to be the target here for the Lord of Contagion. See if he can make it in. And there'll be other charges here as well. Finally, as the Poxwalkers will swamp around these Rhinos here. Right, charges and Overwatch here. We're going to capture this one. It's ridiculous. It's bound not to happen. But Aaron's going to try and charge in here with the Poxwalker. He's going to see if he can knock off the last wound on Lysander and turn him into a Poxwalker himself. The odds, it's a 99.9% chance it's not going to happen.
Okay, so it's going to be
an 8.
An 8.
-2 because of the crater. So you need a 10. See if the slimy Poxwalker can make it in. No. Oh, come on, reroll.
I don't know.
No, all right, he's going to leave it. All right. So, 6 inches in total is not going to do it. And Aaron doesn't want to use a command reroll to see if he makes it in. All right. So, this one next you want to do? Right, okay. And it's going to go there. I'll Overwatch first. We'll do it right here. So, nothing. And there's no rerolls. Hurricane Bolters as well. We'll get that resolved. It's going to be 24 shots, actually. No, it's all been resolved. 1 wound. Aaron's passed. Okay, so here we go. It's going to be a 9. 9 required here to cause trouble, big trouble here in amongst the Imperial Fist battle line. We really need those if we're to... they're very crucial because it's to take on the heavier vehicles and to try and hose down other units as well. So it's vital we hang on to these, but it's all going to be determined here by Aaron's dice roll of... No, it's a cocked dice. Aaron will keep that 6 though.
Yeah.
Well done. Okay, that is really good. It's 11-inch charge, so he's going to make it in no problem at all. This is a crucial result here. If these are brought down, Imperial Fist is going to lose a massive chunk of their heavy firepower. This game is certainly not over yet. So, rest of the charges taking place. We're just discussing the issue of cocked dice. Some people say, well, you should get a tray and so on. If it's sort of tournament level or was a serious sort of game at that kind of level, then we would use trays, obviously, here. But both players are happy enough in agreement here. And we play hole facing for dice. Just means that we can move along quite quickly. And both of us happy there. That dice, that crucial dice roll, but still, we were happy to say it was a cocked dice. So just the game moves along nicely. And it means that we're rolling dice on the terrain as opposed to a tray, which sort of looks quite boring. So, but if it was official, and in that regard, then we would use trays, no problem at all. But a number of people have been asking that question. Okay, so charges then. These Poxwalkers failed. Now, Aaron rolled a 4, 2 2s. There's a crater there, slowed him down by 2 inches. Command re-rolled, still rolled a 2, so they've not made it into combat here. These have, along with the characters, the objective has been secured, no problem, but that unit of Poxwalkers has remained where it is. These Poxwalkers here have charged all the way along, no damage at all from Overwatch, and characters again have moved on top of this objective, Typhus, and the Noxious Blightbringer as well, on top of that objective also. Now, this is dangerous here for the Imperial Fist. Aaron has characters on 2 objectives now. If they sit there from one turn after the next, that could cause a good number of points to be scored here by the Death Guard, despite the losses that they've taken. So as we said earlier, the game's far from over here. We'll resolve combats. We'll see what kind of damage the Death Guard can do here, and then importantly down here as well. Imperial Fist may be ahead to some degree, but the Death Guard are not going to let this battle slip for sure. We'll go on to combat resolution next. Okay, resolve this combat here. So Lord of Contagion fighting against these 2.
Okay.
Hitting on 2s. Now that's kind of weird. That's 3 1s and a 2. You're not going to see that kind of result very often. I'm just checking to see if there's any kind of reroll 1s available here. No, that is a
pathetic.
Yep, okay, good choice of words.
I'm going to lose my last command.
Last command point, to do a reroll to hit?
Yeah.
Okay. You're just about, he's just thrown another 4 dice onto the bonfire over there, so.
Okay, so to wound then, this is +3 strength, so it's strength 7.
Strength 7, 3 to win. That pathetic dice roll could have saved them, potentially, but we'll see. 3s to wound.
It is a
plague weapon.
Yeah.
Oh boy, reroll that 1. Gets a 6. Okay.
It is -3.
-3. 5 up saves. I have 1 command point here on standby. Oh. I'm half tempted to try and 33% chance to block that damage and keep these guys alive here, or one of them alive. I'm half tempted to. Yeah, I just feel I should. Last command point then. I'm going to cast it into the pile and roll a 5+. Close enough. Okay, it's gone through. A third of a chance to wipe this guy out here. 5. He's done it. Now he's gone. Okay, so that's the sergeant, so we'll remove this guy here. And I'll take it to consolidate in.
Yeah, consolidate so he's touching both if possible.
Yeah, no problem. Nearest enemy model. No problem at all. So in he goes. That is a successful round of combat, but didn't get the wipeout here. Centurion's still alive, and I doubt very much that we'll stay in close combat when it comes around to our turn here. But a nasty attack coming in from behind here. We wanted to play all spec scan earlier, but it takes 2 command points to do it, and that's why we didn't use that stratagem when the Lord of Contagion deep striked in. Okay, resolve the rest of these combats here along the line. Okay, so combat's resolved here. You can see the Apothecary has been removed. Strange twist going on here. So we attacked back. He put a wound here and rolled a 1, and then failed a disgustingly resilient roll. The Apothecary managed to get 3 wounds here, but it was to his own undoing, because Aaron then used Suppurating Plate, which struck back against the Apothecary, rolled 3 4+, and the Apothecary is no more. That is a deadly blow. We want to try and resurrect here, restore wounds on our characters, but it's not to be. The medic is no more. Then across here we tried to run over Plague Marines and Poxwalkers and failed, and the Lone Marine slain here by Typhus. So swarming onto these 2 objectives and with characters as well, looking strong for the Death Guard now in the centre of the board and on this right hand flank also. And then across here the Imperial Fists strong on this flank, but they've got problems to try and deal with here. So The game is far from over yet. Almost, I think, getting to the stage of balancing out here at quite evens at this stage. Imperial Fists, that initial surge ahead with their firepower, but now the Death Guard getting stuck in, still causing lots of trouble. We'll go on to the third turn now, the middle stage of the game, as the Imperial Fists fight on. Their turn 3 coming up next. Okay, movement here for the Imperial Fists. Fighting on. Rhino's backed out of close combat. Can I go 6 now because of our damage? So we get Rhino repair actually on 6 to restore wounds, so we'll just roll these up now. Really good. And this one? No, okay, so we'll put a wound back on. It's easily forgotten, that rule. But self-repair has worked that time round. Then this one's backed out of combat. We've disembarked first for this squad, backed out of combat. I reckon these can shoot and charge. This one's just backed out, can't shoot. And the same for that one as well. 2 Storm Tannins have turned. It's nice to see them flying as a pair. Across they go, ready to lay down some more firepower into the Death Guard. Across here, we've remained stationary with this combat squad. Obviously backed out of combat with the Centurion, Devastator Sergeant. Can't shoot this turn, so we're just going to hide for now. Terminators have had to turn around. Lieutenants moved across, and Lysander as well, going to charge in here. Both of us have burnt all our command points, so the Chargers are going to get to fight first. That's the crucial point. We must try and bring this character down. Plasma guns shifted across, just in range of the Plague Burst Crawler there. Chance to try and not bring it down, but to cause some damage there with a long-range overcharged shot. And the chaplain's just... We'll take that off. We don't need that on the board. The chaplain's there securing that objective. And he'll get 2 points this turn for holding that one. These have all remained stationary here to maximise their firepower against target there in the distance. Okay, movement done. Shooting phase next. So we're going to fire las cannon here across against the Plague Burst Crawler, and Lord of Contagion, we're going to shoot him with bolters. So a las cannon shot. It's been good, these teams in this game. 6 is a hit. No wound. The lieutenant's moved within range, so we'll re-roll that one. And we do get a 6. And it becomes AP, but it's not going to matter. It's going to become AP -4. So Aaron will take a 5+ invuln save. Yeah, he's rolled a 6. Well done. Very well done. And then we'll put some bolter shots now into the Lord of Contagion. They've all hit. So it's good shooting here from the Marines. Yeah, these two come through at AP -1. And then just a regular save of 2+ as well.
Okay, so 3+. Both passed?
Both passed, yeah, and a 2 up.
2 up, yep.
No problem, no, the armour holds. Okay, so that's that squad resolved. Do an overcharge plasma. Misses. That's the end of that. Okay. The chaplain will try and pick off the Poxwalker. And then 2 wounds. The lieutenant's too far away, so 2 5+s. No, it's passed one, failed the other, and Poxwalker destroyed. Okay, firing the Terminators now. Assault cannons just put 4 wounds into the Lord of Contagion here, an AP -1. No, still AP -1. Sorry, any 6s would have been AP -2.
Field 3.
Yeah, failed 3. Okay. Yep.
Made 1, field 2.
Okay, so 2 more wounds. Grinding the wounds away. Here, and then a Stormbolter from the Sergeant. 1 wound. Just normal 2 up save.
Yep.
Passed. Okay, no problem. But wounds coming in. He can't shoot. Resolved all those. Did throw a crack grenade there. No damage. So we've still got this one. We'll fire it at the Plague Burst Crawler. So 3s for a hit. Gets the hit. 3s for a wound. Rolled a 2. Okay, so that's it. That's all he can do. So that's the Hunter finished. Right, this squad. This las cannon is now going to fire across there. See if we can try and pick off one of these. And the bolters and plasma gun going to go into this unit. Poxwalker's hit. So las cannon hits. Wounds. Oh, this is good. 5+ invuln save. Nope. No. D6 damage. It's a 6 again. So, pretty good. And no, target destroyed. And if it explodes or not, it doesn't matter. Down a roll anyway. Almost does, but doesn't. Alright, but Plague Burst Crawler destroyed here. Picked off by las cannon firepower from these small combat squads here. Good shooting. Resolved the bolter firepower here as well. Okay, we've resolved the rest of the firepower here. Plasma gun shots coming through. Crack grenade being thrown. did no damage actually across here. Just one casualty being caused. That was the combined firepower from the two Storm Tans. Really disappointing from them this turn. Bolt of Fire coming across has brought down 4, or a total now of 4 on the Poxwalkers. That was rapid fire bolters here from the rest of the squad. Then 3 casualties here. That was bolters firing with bolter discipline. And then the las cannon tried to pick off one of the Plague Marines upstairs and missed. And that is about it. That shooting phase resolved. Gradually whittling down the Death Guard here, but still plenty of models for them on the board. We'll go on to charges and Overwatch next. We've got to try and finish off this Lord of Contagion if we can. We'll resolve the combats over here on this flank. We'll get charges and Overwatch resolved next. Alright, so charges here. Bit of a blunder on this flank here. We charged in with the combat squad, just thinking that Aaron's got those 2 plasma guns there. They're going to decimate us next turn. We should have stayed where we were. Got hit twice there on Overwatch, lost 2 Marines. We still have enough models to claim that objective, but yeah, you can.
Yeah.
He's going to heroically intervene. They're going to get to fight, and I know I'm probably going to lose a Marine there. Potentially, we'll see. We may not pick up points here because of that charge in on that right-hand side. But we'll see what happens. Maybe we still might be able to pick up the point there. We'll see. Then across here, no Overwatch at all. So Lieutenant, Lysander, all gravely wounded, and the Terminators made it in there against Lord of Contagion. Yes, excellent point Aaron's just pointed out here for the scenario. Characters just trump everybody else here in this particular scenario. So we maybe were right to go in then, perhaps to stop the firepower from those plasma guns, but it's desperate there on that flank. Right, across here then, Lysander's going to fight first, needing 2s, it could be 2s to wound here. We'll just double check. Yeah, it is 2s to wound. He's on +6 strength, so 2s, and the lieutenant nearby. What a pair they are. So Aaron will take a 4+ invuln? Mm-hmm. Okay, right, okay, here it comes. This is a quite important roll here.
I've saved 1 of them.
Save 1. 9 damage here will come through. Looks like the Lord of Contagion is in a spot of bother here at this point.
Right. I need to roll this on 4 up. He will kill Lysander. Oh
no. Oh yes, separating plate. Oh no, please. No, don't do it. Yes, it's order 6. Yeah, Lysander's just been taken out here. Yeah, I'd made another blunder. I'm in a bit of a rush here to just try and see this game through. I should maybe have attacked with somebody else. Oh dear. So, no, actually, I'm not going to take my modeler first. You can remove yours first, and then I'll remove mine. Okay.
He's dead.
God, a lot of 5s. How many 5s there?
There's
4.
4 5s and a 6.
God, okay. But it's just about managed to bring Lord of Contagion down, but not before. A nasty sting in the tail there. Lysander's been taken out. There's a bit of a blunder there. It's a shame Lysander's gone. Nothing we can do about it here. But I think we've secured this flank pretty good. That'll be good for the Imperial Fists. So no consolidation moves. These units here will just have to sit as they are. So we'll move over to combat resolution on this flank next. Alright, so yeah, we've just resolved this combat here. I lost a Marine and we caused no damage. And we've resolved morale. They'll ignore it there. Morale's passed down here for the 3 casualties that we took this turn, and that'll mark the end of the turn here. So, Imperial Fist will pick up 2 points now because of the character on top of this objective. There's 2 points there, and that is it. We do not control these 2 objectives now. They've fallen into the hands of the Death Guard, and that could prove pivotal here in this fight. Both armies have lost their key characters here. Lysander's not the Warlord though. Still the Warlord remains alive, and he'll press on here without the captain at his side. We'll go on to turn 3 now for the Death Guard. Alright, so moving for the Death Guard here. Imperial Fists are a real fix at the moment because Aaron's set to pick up 4 points this turn. If we don't kick him off these 2 objectives, next turn he'll get 6 points, and it will start racking up to a point where the Imperial Fists will not be able to catch up. So now all of a sudden, it's a race against time for the Imperial Fists to try and remove the Death Guard from at least one of these objectives. Real pressure here. They've done well in this game, but still, they could easily lose this one here at this stage. It's still very, very evens at this point in the game. Fascinating twists and turns in this battle because of the scenario here that we're playing Ascension. Great scenario, actually, very enjoyable one here, forcing both armies to move out to the middle, and real pressure on these objectives at the moment. But you can see Poxwalkers closing in, combat continues over here, nicely securing this objective, and then now Aaron manoeuvring Typhus and the Noxious Blightbringer, this one here, yeah, and Poxwalkers surrounding them here, so trying to protect the characters on top of the objectives for as long as possible. No intention now at all of moving out onto this objective. The Death Guard will concede. The Imperial Fists have that one at least, but they'll be more than happy to secure 2 objectives for the rest of the battle. That's the aim for them now. Sit tight on 2 objectives and potentially see the game through to victory. So movement's done. Anywhere else? Yeah. Okay, so remain stationary with the Plague Burst Crawler and the Marines up there on top of the ruin. We'll go on to Psychic Phase next. Okay, Psychic Phase complete. So Putrescent Vitality here, +1 Strength and Toughness. Smite wiped out the combat squad, just Rhinos over here now, and then Smite took a wound off the Storm Talon gunships, down to 3, still in the second bracket here. It'll be 1 to 2 wounds remaining where it drops another bracket. So Psychic Phase complete, pretty good. We'll go on to Shooting Phase next. 4 hits come through. This is plasma shots going into the Rhino. Aaron might be able to finish this off here. 4's to wound.
Just the one.
Plague, that's not a plague weapon, is it? No. Okay, so 6 up. No, so 1 wound. It's not overcharging here, just wants to keep those models alive. So we dropped to 3 on this Rhino here. They're not too much use now, really, now with the characters on top of the objectives. The Rhino's just sitting there, a bit redundant now at this stage. Yeah, destroy a hive now from Typhus.
It's 10 shots.
And this goes into the Storm Talon?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it always hits on a 5.
Okay.
Regardless, and it's 10.
It's a short range weapon, but there's 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Strength 4, so
5's to wound. 1 comes through.
-3.
6 up. I will take a wound. No, it's going to push us into the last bracket here. It's a Storm Talon gunship. Knocked down to 2 wounds left. So a good result. And a Poxwalker falls off the container and gets tangled with another Poxwalker. Okay, right, so there we are.
Plasma pistol from the Noxious Blightbringer.
Yes.
The Storm Talon is a hit. And
no wound. Okay, right. All right, Blight launchers now. The squad upstairs going to see if they can cause trouble. Yeah, 2 hits coming through. 5 for wounds. Yeah, he's got it. That's really good. -2. 5 up. Need this. No. D3. All of a sudden. Oh, 1 wound. Down to 1 wound left. Bolters might be able to finish it off, though.
That is just the 2. And no wound.
No wounds, all right. I'm half tempted to let the crew out of the Rhino and we'll go inside that Falcon there, see if we can get it started. Use its firepower. Okay. Plague Burst Crawler is still yet to fire. So it's going to put the mortar shots into the damaged Storm Talon, entropy cannons into this Rhino here, and the Slugger as well.
So, mortar.
D6 shots, yeah. 2 shots this time. 5s for hits, though, because we're still in flight mode.
Does get 1 hit.
Well done. 3's to wound.
Yeah.
Yes, -2. We need this, otherwise we're gone. We are gone, and we do not explode, but fly can be removed from the board. Yeah, good play here, good shooting. Entropy cannons next.
1 hit.
He could finish off a Rhino here as well. No wound. Okay, and then just the Slugger. Just going to check to see if it's a plague weapon here. Probably not, but we'll just double check. No wound. Okay, that's the heavy Slugger. Okay, so shooting's finished, right? Okay, shooting done. Just 2 Rhinos sit here now, and we've lost one of our flyers. Storm Talon gunship brought down. Charges and Overwatch next. All right, so charges have taken place. This Rhino's been contacted here, and we did no damage. No, and then here, no damage here as well. Contact made. I think Aaron's just looking to silence the Rhinos here. So we'll resolve these combats, not expecting much damage on either side here. We're going to try and reverse and drive over some of these Poxwalkers, and Aaron's going to attack here with these primitive weapons. We'll get these combats resolved next. Alright, combats resolved, and a grand total of 0 damage caused on both sides. Not the most exciting of close combats there to behold, not compared to some of the more extreme stuff that we've seen earlier on. Okay, end of turn. We're going to turn 4 now for the Imperial Fists. Thinking to do here, we need to clear away the infantry screens, get to these characters, but it's going to prove difficult, but we'll do the best that we can. We're going to turn 4 now for the Imperial Fists. So we're on turn 4 here for the Imperial Fist. Just to mention Aaron's points, he picked up 4 last turn for characters remaining on the objective for a second consecutive turn, and that's twice, so 4 points picked up, and that has virtually evened the game up here as far as points are concerned. So all of a sudden the lead that the Imperial Fists had has been stripped away here, and next turn Aaron's going to pick up 6 victory points. We'll get 3, but that's only half that, and that will put Aaron ahead. If he manages to get those points. So, difficult point here in the game for the Imperial Fist. The pressure is on them, and Aaron quite happy just to camp it out on these 2 objectives, and that'll see him through to victory here. We'll see what the Imperial Fists can do about the situation. Alright, so movement complete here for the Imperial Fists. Some units rushing around here to try and... they're sort of redundant down here. They've done their job. There's no targets anymore. So this combat squad shifted off, made an advanced move. Advanced with this hunter as well, just to maybe push for line breaker over on this empty flank. Chaplain's moved ahead a little bit just to bring his Stormbolter into a better position. Terminators have moved around, just regular move. The lieutenants moved around. This lone marine has now occupied the crater. We've gone upstairs here with the lone Centurion Devastator Sergeant. This squad's remained where it is, pivoted and gone 20 inches, still in flight mode with the Stormtalon gunship. Rhino's backed out 6 inches from combat. No repairs being made. We've made stationary with these. This Rhino's moved 6 around in this direction as well, and that's movement done. We've got to try and hose down this line here as much as we can. We'll see if that's possible. We're going to shooting now for the Imperial Fists on turn 4. Okay, shooting phase resolved here. We were trying to strip all of the Poxwalkers away to then shoot at the characters. Didn't quite work out, sadly. There was a lone Poxwalker left for the Centurion Devastator. Then had to fire the Hurricane Bolters into that, and then the las cannons went off and fired against the Marines just upstairs, the Plague Marines just on the top level there. 1 wound got through. It was only 1 damage in the end, and Aaron passed a 5-up save, so no damage there. Poxwalker's taken since resolved morale. There's no morale anyway for these, but there are 4 casualties here, and it was a wipeout in the end. Poxwalkers are gone, but as I said earlier, we couldn't get through to the characters, so Aaron will be able to hold on to those objectives next turn. But a lot of the troops here and models to block attacks coming through against the characters have been stripped away, so a bit precarious here for the Death Guard as well. They're losing models quite rapidly. Imperial Fists pumping as many shots as they can into these 2 objectives. There's no charges to take place here for the Imperial Fist, no combats to resolve, so we'll go on to the next turn now for the Death Guard. 3 points picked up here for the Imperial Fist. The Chaplain helping to keep the points flowing in. We know that Aaron should be able to pick up 6 points on his next turn to put himself ahead. So then Imperial Fist turn 5, which could be the last turn of the game, will be the crucial turn here. This game is very, very close indeed. Anything could happen even at this later stage in the game. Turn 4 now for the Death Guard. Alright, so movement complete here. As I thought Aaron would do it. He's brought the squad from upstairs down here. He may need those as a screen. The 2 characters are going to sit on top of the objective and just tank the hits coming through, and then Poxwalkers surrounding the character here on this objective. But Aaron will get his 6 points this turn. Plague Burst Crawler has moved, actually. It's gone ahead here and is heading towards this direction as well. That's movement done. So Death Guard really in this area now. This is the smaller force that's left for them, but there's enough here to potentially see the game through to victory. We'll go on to Psychic phase next. Alright, so still plenty of psychic options here. Putrescent Vitality and Miasma of Pestilence have all gone off. Aaron's put that of those powers on Typhus here, just to make him even more difficult to try and bring down. This is a good play here from the Death Guard. Smite went off, took a mortal wound here on the Storm Talon gunship, and Plague Wind failed, no damage against the Storm Talon. Psychic phase done. Shooting phase next. Okay, shooting phase here. 0 impact for the Plague Burst, crawling in 5s to hit here. Aaron putting shots, or attempting to, against the hero there with the plasma gun. Then Blight launchers, unaffected by advancing. 1 wound got through, rolled a 5 and saved that. And we reckon that's all the shooting done here. Yeah, there's a little bit more here. Plasma pistols just shot and missed. And then Typhus with his shots.
2 hits, 1 wound, -3.
Yeah, 6 up. Oh, we do. Okay, behold. Okay, so that's shooting done. We'll go on to charges here. We'll see if Aaron does have any charges. Not too much going on. Perhaps may have the most boring combat in 40k potentially. So Poxwalkers against Rhinos here. Roll up charges and Overwatch for this one. All right, so charges taking place. No damage from Overwatch, and we've resolved the combat as well, just to save you the agony here. So 0 damage caused on both sides. Just to silence a bit of firepower from the Rhino. Would have had 8 shots there at 3+. No, damage would have been less, but 8 shots will be cancelled out there with the Poxwalkers charging in. That's the end of the turn then, and Aaron will be happy to trade in 6 victory points here, a massive score. If we do not kick Aaron off these objectives, or at least one of them, he'll get 8 victory points next turn, and that'll win him the game. Okay, so massive pressure on the Imperial Fists. We'll go on to their turn 5 next. Okay, moving here for the Imperial Fists, starting to get that sinking feeling of too little too late here. These are tough characters to try and get through, but we'll do the best we can. We've Conga lined along here. He's remained stationary to get his firepower. We've brought the flyer across to fire down. I think this is the softer area to try and remove the character, but there's a lot of Poxwalkers to try and get through. Rhinos manoeuvre just within 12 to get the most firepower. These remain where they are. Good position for them. This squad's moved, not advanced. There's a bit of firepower here. Terminator's moving through. Lieutenant just behind. Moved across for the Centurion Devastator. The Hunter's moved across, going for Linebreaker. The Lone Hero's just emerged out of the... Well, he's still inside the crater there, technically on that terrain piece, just to fire in this direction, and the Chaplain ready to shoot as well. That's movement done. We'll offload some shots now, see what kind of damage we can do. Okay, firepower complete. We offloaded all that we had, but it seems to be too little too late here. 6 casualties caused, but still the Poxwalkers are alive, and morale's not going to be an issue for them. We did put some wounds on the Plague Burst Crawler. That was him, wasn't it? The las cannon shot from him. Yeah, it was a good shot from him. They've done quite well in this game, these combat squads with the las cannons. Aaron failing a couple of disgustingly resilience, and 7 wounds in total now left on that Plague Burst Crawler. Then across here, we fired everything we had. We tried to do wounds on either of these 2 characters. In the end, nothing on Typhus at all, but 2 wounds caused on the Noxious Blight Bringer. How many wounds has he got left?
2.
2 left. All right, so it's possible to bring him down, but we'll have to wait for a possible another turn for that. So struggling now, the Imperial Fist, tough characters here, and Aaron happy to sit on top of these objectives. Turns finished, no morale issues here, no charges to take place, all too far away. We'll go on to turn 5 now, possibly the last turn of the game for the Death Guard. Alright, so movement complete. Plague Burst Crawler happy to sit where it is now. Happy to sit here on top of this objective as well. And then Aaron made an advanced move here with the Death Guard Plague Marines, and they've moved almost in front of the characters just here who are securing the objective. Just to mention, we picked up 4 points on our last turn from the Chaplain sitting on top of the objective just over there. I don't think it's going to be enough though. Aaron looks set to pick up 8 here this turn. Yeah, no, this is not good. Because Aaron's going to be a good few points ahead here, no matter what the Imperial Fists do. He's racking up the points here, and that will prove crucial here at the end of the game. But we'll go on to Psychic Phase next. Alright, Psychic Phase complete here. Not much going off here this turn. Just Smite was successful. The Hero Marine here with the Plasma Gun was the closest model, and he is no more. Okay, so Psychic Phase complete. We'll go on to Shooting Phase next for the Death Guard here on turn 5. All right, shooting phase done. 2 casualties here, 2 wounds coming through. That was entropy cannons from the Plague Burst Crawler. The mortar fired through, took out one of the Terminators as well. So good shooting from that. Good fire support here during this game. And the plasma pistol missed.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And what was the target for that one?
Terminators.
Terminators, okay. All right, so that's shooting done. Just picking off Imperial Fists here as they head towards these objectives. We'll go on to charges in Overwatch. Any just happy to sit?
Yeah.
No, I'm just happy to sit here and claim the objectives. So it's the end of the turn. 8 points now will be added to the score. That will put the Death Guard nicely ahead now in this game. They have swung the battle around here at this stage. All right, so turn's finished. We're going to roll to see if the game continues. The Imperial Fists, we get to roll here. Imperial Fists need the game to go on here so we can try and clear these objectives and pick up points. I think it's the only chance they stand. 3+, we'll move on to turn 6. Blast, right, we've rolled a 2, which means the game ends. We're going to have to get a final score here, but I reckon the Imperial Fists have lost this game. We did so well on this flank, but because Aaron's got himself onto 2 objectives with characters, good tactical play, it may well see the Death Guard through to victory. But one thing I'll say before we total up points here, Death Guard have taken a hammering here in this game. They really have. But tactically, they may well have seen themselves through to victory. We'll get a final score here, but I think the Death Guard have it in this fight. All right, totaling up points here. For objectives, Aaron got 21 points in total, +1 for First Blood being scored, so 22 points picked up, and the Imperial Fist got 15, and then +1 for slaying the Warlord. Mortarion was brought down. Should have got 10 points for killing him, I think. It was so hard to bring that character down. But 22 points to 16 in the end. A real grinder of a game between these two sides. Respectable scoreline for both armies here, but a great matchup between these two sides. Imperial Fist firepower was pretty good, but it wasn't enough in the end. The Death Guard Space Marines, or Chaos Space Marines here, have secured these 2 objectives, and it's their defiance on the centre of the table here and holding these 2 objectives that has seen them through to victory here. Great. So good battle, this one. Very enjoyable game. 2 different styles of play. 2 factions that sort of extreme contrast to each other as well. Always a contrast when you see Chaos Space Marines against those that are loyal to the Emperor as well. Always a classic matchup. Imperials versus Chaos here. So very enjoyable game, this one here. Great to see these two sides collide. I think we've got ourselves a classic matchup here. Death Guard versus Imperial Fists. But in this particular episode here, part 2, the Imperial Fists have lost. If you want to check out to see what happened in part 1 over on the Plus channel, then check that out. I'll put a link in the video description below, and you can see the result in that game, which was a vastly different game, completely different scenario, and a different way that game was played. But in this game here, the central ground has been held by the Death Guard, and they've seen themselves through to a victory here against the Imperial Fist Space Marines. Great game. Thanks to Aaron for taking part. Great army as well. Great to see them at 2,000 points. A real achievement here, and good to see them. They've launched themselves onto the channel, and they've picked up a victory here in this game, and possibly in the other game as well on the Plus channel. So there it is. Great battle. Thanks for watching, and tune in next time. Okay, interesting choices here for units of the game. Yeah, some interesting choices. Okay, so honourable mention to the Lord of Contagion. That was the guy that landed down here, charged in, disrupted the Imperial Fist just as we were sort of getting ahead and winning the game. We then had to divert characters around to take him on in close combat. That absorbed time here and kept them away from marching into the central objective. That was our overall plan, was to smash into this one, deal with Mortarion, and then swing into the middle. But that was, the Lord of Contagion stepped in at the right point there. It's definitely an honourable mention to him. But Aaron has elected to give unit of the game to the Poxwalkers. Tactically, absorbing so much damage and taking much of the firepower there from the Imperial Fists, buying time and diverting attention away from other Death Guard units. So fair enough to make them unit of the game. Then for the Imperial Fists, a number of units doing well. Lysander, honourable mention to him for sure. But I'm going to give it to these combat teams here, and specifically the three at the back that use their las cannons. That's a squad here, this squad, and this squad over here as well did a lot of damage firing in this direction, helping to bring down the Plague Burst Crawler, but other damage being caused. Sort of an insignificant unit, didn't attract too much attention, and that las cannon shot one turn after the next. Some very accurate and deadly firepower coming from them. That's units of the game for both sides.